If you're like a lot of people that come in to see me or at least call the office and start trying to set up a consultation, one of the primary questions you're going to have is, what does it cost to file this bankruptcy? Obviously an important question. If you had a whole bunch of money lying around, we wouldn't be chatting to begin with. And I get that, we get that as a law firm. So you're not gonna love my answer because I'm not gonna give you a specific answer, because just like anything, it all depends upon the specifications and the specificity and the nuance of your situation. If you have, and you also have to realize there's several different types of bankruptcies. We primarily will file Chapter 7 and Chapter 13 bankruptcies. But let me give you some ranges of fees so that way you can have some idea what it would cost. If you're doing a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, most attorneys are going to charge somewhere between the neighborhood of $1,400 up to $2,500. Now, are there Chapter 7 bankruptcies where somebody has to pay $10,000? Sure. If it's complicated enough, the attorney may charge that much money. Are there cases where somebody may pay $900? Yeah, maybe that is the case as well, but that's very rare from at least what we see. What we have found is that all the attorneys who file bankruptcies, we have a way to pull up the files and see what other attorneys are charging, and they can see what I'm charging. So you find that most attorneys are charging right within the same range of fees. So, but that's usually going to be, like I said, anywhere between $1,400 to $2,500 for a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Again, depends upon the complexity of your situation. For a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, which is a repayment plan over a 3 to 5 year period, those fees are largely governed by the bankruptcy judges. And the judges set what's called a no-look fee, meaning if you have a regular run-of-the-mill Chapter 13 bankruptcy, we can charge X amount, and that's presumed to be a reasonable amount. In North Carolina, at the time of making this video, here in the Middle District of North Carolina, that number's $4,500. And I know your hair's blowing back right now, and you're thinking, what in the world? There's a catch to it though. Most attorneys, including us, charge very little of that on the front end, and then the rest of that amount, so like for most of our cases, we're gonna charge $500 on the front side of it, and then the other $4,000 gets kicked back into your bankruptcy. So when you make your monthly payment to the Chapter 13 trustee, we would get a portion of that each month. So when I say $4,500, I know you're thinking, that's crazy. I don't have that just lying around. Nobody does, that's okay. You're gonna pay a portion of it on the front end, and the rest gets paid back in your bankruptcy. Now also understand, that base fee is different all over the place. So the Middle District, the base fee is gonna be different than the Western District or the Eastern District. Or if you're in California, the base fee may be much higher, right? So it's gonna vary state by state and even district by district. But most 13s are gonna be anywhere between $4,000 and $6,000 are the fees for most Chapter 13s. But like I said, a very small amount of that is charged on the front end. The rest is usually kicked back into your bankruptcy. Now I know you want to know a specific number and say, Damon, it would be much more helpful if you tell me this is exactly what I have to pay. That's the whole purpose of why we set up free consultations. You don't have to pay anything. You can come in, meet with one of our attorneys. We're going to talk to you in detail about your situation, find out what's the nuance of your situation, and then we can give you a specific price. Because if I gave you a price, or if my staff gave you a price on the phone, we would be winging it. We would be making up a number because it could change based upon the specifics. So that's why it's important that you come in, have a consultation, so we can give you a specific number moving forward.